God is life and I am life. God is life and I am life. God is light and I am light. God is light and I am light. God is joy and I am joy. God is joy and I am joy. God is love and I am love. God is love and I am love. God is peace and I am peace. God is peace and I am peace. God is beauty and I am beauty. God is beauty and I am beauty. God is power and I am power. God is power and I am power. God is good, yes, God is good. God is good, yes, God is all these things. God is all these things I am. All these things God is. All these things I am. All these things God is. All these things I am. All these things God is. All these things I am. God is good. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Everything I need. God gives me everything I need. this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Every day I say thank you for this day. Good morning. Get ready to raise the roof. Spirit is in this place. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. Yes. And we have come with arms wide open.
Bless you.
Sing it if you know it. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah. Joyful sound, here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound, here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound, here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound, here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Motor City Spiritual Center, a Science of Mind spiritual community, live streaming right now from Macomb County, Clinton Township, Michigan, where it's snowing this morning. First snow of the year. And I was out walking Xander this morning before the snow, but now it is really coming down. Big, chunky, flurry flakes. Good morning. So, feel so blessed to be here and to bring in. Let me make sure that these guys are not in the green room. Let me bring in Gary Floyd and Marie-Ann Jaime. Good morning, everybody. Marie.
Morning,
looks like
Doug.
Marie's frozen. Marie might be frozen. I might have to get her to log out and log back in. So our vision here at the Motor City Spiritual Center is very simple. Love, grow, awaken. Those are the things that we're working on. Love, grow, awaken. And before we do anything else this morning, I want to dedicate our first service here today. Oh, here comes Marie back. There she is. Okay, Marie is back. She is back in the green room. Removed from green room. There she is. Okay. I want to dedicate today's service to my friend Barbara Shane, who passed on Friday night. She made her transition on Friday evening. Oh, Dana Byers here. Good morning, Dana. And Barbara was a core member of my music team at the Global Truth Center in Los Angeles in LA from early 2004 all the way through all the years that I was there until Sharon and I left at the end of 2013. We jokingly called Barbara the Harmonator because she could sing harmony to any song even after only hearing it once. And because her day job was as Arnold Schwarzenegger's archivist, so she worked for the Terminator, so we called her the Harmonator. I last spoke with her this spring, just before we moved from California to Michigan. She never told me that she was ill, but she passed from cancer on Friday night. I heard from Paul Katz yesterday, my friend Paul Katz, who was also her singing partner yesterday, even before I saw it show up on social media. I know that Barbara will be missed by everybody who knew her. She was a sweetheart. I actually knew her all the way back to her participation in the California State University Northridge teen drama program that was there. She was in the teen drama program when I was a college student before she was out of high school. Sending our love and prayers to the entire Shane family. And let's start off with a prayer. So join me this morning in spiritual mind treatment. I invite us all to just simply take a breath. From Clinton Township, Michigan, where it is snowing right now. Let's just take a breath together. And as we breathe in, let's consciously connect ourselves with something larger. Let's consciously connect ourselves. Let's consciously connect ourselves with that divine source which surrounds us and indwells us and expresses itself through us in this and every moment. Dr. Holmes teaches us to pray, there is one life. That life is God, and that life is my life now. And so, on behalf of myself and each of us who are gathered here today to celebrate this life, to celebrate spirit, to celebrate our connection to the universe and our individualization of its intelligence and wisdom, I just bless the time that we spend together. I bless each of us who are here and those who watch the live stream later in the day or the week. I simply know that life is good and that we are good in it and that all is well. And knowing that that's the truth of who we are and the truth of our time here. And as a blessing, I simply release this word into the action of law, that loving law which the universe and everything in it reacts from and adheres to what we think and what we believe has a direct influence on what we manifest, what we experience, what we create. That is God. I release my word, I let it be, I let it go, and together we affirm this blessing as we know that it is done by saying, and so it is, and so it is. Well, boy, haven't done this in a long time, haven't done this kind of Sunday service thing in a while. And boy, I'm so grateful to be here. This journey that we've been on this last 7 months since we decided to move from California to Michigan. Sharon's actually in Canada this morning with her parents. We go across the border quite often. And although with the pandemic still kind of surging in Michigan, we have to get COVID tests every single time that we go across the border. I got one yesterday so I can go help my brother-in-law with something on Tuesday. But it's a quick commute. It's like 45 minutes from here. So we're doing exactly what we need to be doing. And I'd like to take this moment right now to go to our Ho'oponopono practice of reconciliation, remembrance, and forgiveness. I like to remind myself that we can either be part of the problem or part of the solution. It really doesn't matter, who we're saying this prayer to or for. It's a very simple Hawaiian prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Let's say that together. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. When I first introduced the Ho'oponopono, Angie Callahan's here. Hi, Angie. Dawn is here. Hi, Dawn. When I first introduced the Ho'oponopono prayer at my last congregation, it was during the time of Black Lives Matter, and some people felt that they didn't need to say this prayer because they weren't racist. And I said, this is not about whether we're racist or not. This is not about whether we're sexist or not. This is about, have we made mistakes in our own lives that have distracted us from our good? And after I introduced it, I rediscovered a wonderful quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, "Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. He is rich who owns the day, and no one owns the day who allows it to be invaded with fret and anxiety. Finish every day and be done with it. You've done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow's a new day. Begin it well and serenely with too high a spirit to be cumbered with your old nonsense. The new day is too dear with its hopes and its invitations to waste a moment on the yesterdays." And of course, my favorite part of that is, some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. So a great version of what Emerson said is the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I like to say that to myself. And Karen Drucker has a beautiful chant version of this. I'd like us all now to just take a couple of minutes, 2 minutes, to listen to Karen Drucker and breathe and take the essence, the ethos of the Ho'oponopono prayer and what Emerson is telling us, and just meditate.
I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you,
Mahalo,
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
Christy and Hodor are here. Good, that song always makes me feel really good just to sit in that Ho'oponopono space. Let's go to Dr. Holmes's promises. I love starting each day with this and reminding myself that science of mind is practical spirituality. Any day I get up and put my feet on the floor, if I don't feel wonderful, I can change that right away by saying this. Let's say this together. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of its limitless possibility. I assure my soul. Well, let's assure our souls by singing, I Remember Who I Am. One, two, three.
I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit. We are life, we are light, we are love. We are joy, we are peace, we are wisdom. And beautiful harmony. We are pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit and who we are. His pure spirit and who we are. His pure spirit.
Let's go right to our opening community affirmation, taking from Dr. Holmes's What We Believe, which was first published in Science of Mind magazine in December 1927. There you can see the very first issue of Science of Mind magazine, which was then called the Religious Science Monthly. And that's the front cover. And then on the inside of the back cover, you can see What We Believe, which we have distilled down into our opening community affirmation. So let's say this together. I believe in one power, one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe that spirit expresses through me and is the unity of all life. I believe that the kingdom of heaven is within, and that we experience this kingdom to the degree that we become conscious of it. I believe that all thought is creative, and that how I choose to think creates my personal experience. I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. Okay, I want to bring in Gary Floyd. Gary Floyd is in the house. Hey, Gary.
Doug LeBeau.
Hey, Gary Floyd.
How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so honored to be here with you on your first service.
Oh,
Thank you for the
my
invitation.
goodness. I love you so much. You're such a good friend and songwriting partner. And, and you're in Reno, and your concert the other night was such a triumph at CSL
Oh,
Reno. That was
thank
such a
you,
great
Doug.
concert.
We had such a great time.
You were wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, my
And
friend.
I understand that the first song that you're going to do this morning is something that you and I actually wrote together.
Yes, so it's very appropriate that this is
Right.
the first one.
Take
I
it
get to sing
away,
with Motor
Gary
City.
Lynn Floyd.
Thank you, Doug.
I wouldn't be surprised if peace broke out all over. I wouldn't be surprised if I found a four-leaf clover. 'Cause miracles abound, they happen all around me every day. I wouldn't be surprised if we put an end to hunger. I wouldn't be surprised if we just kept getting younger. 'Cause miracles abound, they happen all around me every day. And life keeps blessing me with so much good. I wouldn't change it even if I could. Blessing me in every way. And if it all turns out okay, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I wouldn't be surprised if I found out every answer. I won't be surprised when we find a cure for cancer. 'Cause miracles abound, they happen all around me every day. And life keeps blessing me with so much good. I wouldn't change it even if I could. Blessing me in every way. And if it all turns out okay, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Life keeps blessing me with so much good. I wouldn't change it even if I could. Blessing me in every way. And if it all turns out okay, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Doug. I love you.
All right, stick around because you got 2 more songs to do. And Karen Mitchell just texted in. She says, Gary, sounding great, man. I know she and Kevin are driving to Ventura this morning, where she is performing at either CSL or Unity Ventura this morning. So,
Oh, cool. Love you, Karen.
all right. So hang out.
Thank you.
I want to remind you guys that Motor City Spiritual Center is absolutely on purpose about being a radically inclusive and mindfully non-racist and non-sexist spiritual community. All are lovingly welcomed here. And people have been asking me about, an in-person location, and COVID is still kind of surging in Michigan. I just don't think it's a good idea, safe or kind, to even worry about that until the new year and maybe the spring. But so many of you have been asking me to get going with a Sunday message. So we're starting off this way here in the beautiful candle room. So I want to bring in Marie Ann Jaime now, who is joining us from Nashville, right? You can speak.
Oh, hi.
Who's joining us from Nashville, where she and her
Nashville,
husband
Tennessee.
live. And, what was that?
Sorry, I touched something on my watch and it pinged my
Oh,
phone.
that happens to me. That happens to me with my Apple Watch all the time, too.
That was the first time that has happened to me. Okay.
So this was Veterans Week, and you and your husband are on Gary Sinise's team for the Lieutenant Dan Band. Didn't you just do a concert or a concert film or something in Las Vegas this week?
So we were in Anaheim.
Anaheim.
Los Angeles area, and so we recorded a virtual concert for this program called the Snowball Express, and that's a program of the Gary Sinise Foundation that supports the kids and families of the fallen soldiers. And so they bring them together every year for this wonderful event at Walt Disney World.
Whoa.
But we weren't able to do that, so
Right.
just filmed a virtual concert. So.
I got to say to everybody, if you've never had a chance to see the Lieutenant Dan Band, if you're not from the military or haven't had the opportunity, if you ever get the opportunity to see the Lieutenant Dan Band, it is the greatest cover band, top 40 cover band on the planet. And great singers and great instrumentalists, and they put on a great show wherever they go. So, Marie is gracing us today, and she is going to be, and her husband's like tour manager, tour producer, and front of house mixer, and he's a good friend of mine too. So Marie is going to do our affirmation, our flames of faith, and because she's also trained in prayer, she's going to do an opening treatment for us. So take it away, Marie.
Thank you. It's a thrill to be here and to read this affirmation and be part of this service. So the affirmation today is, I lift my eyes to the highest view of life. And I invite you to say it with me together. I lift my eyes to the highest view of life. And let's breathe into that and say it one more time. I lift my eyes to the highest view of life. So it is. And so the Flames of Faith, we perform this ceremony on Sundays to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, honoring all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome here. And as we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. And with that, I invite you to join me in prayer by either closing your eyes or focusing on something in the room or your heart, taking a breath as I acknowledge the one power and one presence that is all, through all, as all. It is in me, it is in this thing we call life, and in this place called Motor City Spiritual Center. I call it good. And so today is just a demonstration, a celebration of what has already been put into the mind of God. We are simply breathing and living this manifestation of prosperity and good and peace and joy and beauty, all that God is. And so I just bless our community. I bless this center. I bless every person watching today and all the people that we are attracting simply by being here. We are here by divine appointment. I bless Reverend Doug and his family as they bring this consciousness to their physical space right now, knowing that it reverberates throughout the whole planet. So it is such a pleasure and a joy to know this and to feel it and to express it with an open heart. I know that we are in agreement that this is the way, that it is already done. And so I give thanks by letting it be, knowing that the blessings continue forever and ever. And so it is.
Thank you, Marie. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for being part of my first service here. And you can stick around, or you can log off and watch, or whatever makes your heart sing. And I know you, and you're going to come and sing and be a guest musician too, because you sing like God. She opens her mouth, everybody, and God just pours right out. It's no coincidence. She is in the best cover band on the planet. So, all right. Thanks, Marie. I'm going to bring Gary back, and Gary's going to sing one of my absolute favorite songs. Are you there, Mr. Floyd?
I am.
How's everything in Reno this morning?
Beautiful. Nice and sunny. Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
It's snowing here. You're usually the one who posts the first pictures of snow.
I know.
After service, I'm going to go out and take a video of the snow.
I think this is great. It's the song that I get to sing now, first song that we kind of had a connection with.
That's right. Well, take it away, and I'll talk about that afterwards.
All right. Open your mind, unfold your heart. Relax your senses and feel every part.
You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Breathe every breath. Yeah. Release your cringe. Love without waiting. Without waiting. Slowly unhinge. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Yeah. Unbound. You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. It's already who we are. So lift up your voice. Lift it up now, now, and let it be heard. Let it be heard. Tell me your story. Tell it to me. Don't leave out a word. Not a word, no. 'Cause I think I've been there too. I'm a seeker just like you. And you ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Yeah. Unbound. Lay it all down, down, down. Lay it all down. Open your mind. Unfold your heart. Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Doug.
You have one
you.
more song you're going to do for us after my talk, so stick around. I
I'll be
really
here.
appreciate it. I know. Thanks. You know, and it is so completely appropriate. I'm going to go to this camera now. And by the way, guys, this particular camera is having a little bit of an issue today. So if it seems like it's a little blocky, it's USB. So I'll get it fixed before next week. It's so completely appropriate that you're my first musical guest, Gary, here at Motor City Spiritual Center and that Unbound is the first song because I met the song Unbound even before I met you at Asilomar back in 2011. And I didn't even know it was your song and you singing it when our mutual friend, actor Glenn Morshower, asked me if he could sing it on a Sunday at the Global Truth Center in LA while I was still the music director there. Long story short, I had already made an arrangement of the song and performed it with Glenn one Sunday morning long before I met you, and we became friends for life. So thanks, Gary, for being my first guest musician at Motor City Spiritual Center. Let's go to the lyrics. Open your mind, unfold your heart, relax your senses, feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here, so take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound, unbound. And this is my favorite part coming up, and I think these lyrics show what a true mystic you really are, Gary Lynn Floyd. You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. Love's already who you are. Our theme for November 2021 is We Are here. And in celebration of reaching our new community, both personally for Sharon and I, and Sharon and me, and for Jesse, our son, and spiritually for all of us who are choosing to be here today, we're consciously appreciating what's in front of us. Consciously appreciating, and with great gratitude, we're going to ask the question, where will this journey take us? And my talk title this week is Love This View. And after traveling from California to Michigan during an 8-day cross-country adventure, I honestly think I said, love this view, just about everywhere that we traveled through. We started in Santa Clarita, California. There we are saying goodbye to Tyler and Riley, his girlfriend, and saying goodbye to our house. Our first stop was Mesquite, Nevada, just to sleep overnight. But the next day, our first full day on the road, we drove all the way to Idaho Falls. There we are at the falls in Idaho Falls. That's like 9 o'clock at night after dinner in Idaho Falls. And then we went to Grand Teton National Park the next day. And that was in the morning. And after Grand Teton National Park, which was magnificent, we went to Old Faithful in Yellowstone. And that night we stayed in Billings, Montana. And the next day we drove through Montana and into Wyoming, where we went to Devil's Tower. And you could see what a good time we're having. And Devil's Tower, by the way, that was pretty far away. You see it from really far away, and then you get up to it, and it's really huge. It was amazing. From there, we went into Rapid City, South Dakota, and went to Mount Rushmore and had dinner with a friend in Rapid City, South Dakota. We spent the entire next day driving across very rainy Minnesota and Wisconsin, where all we saw was the inside of a cloud. You know what I mean? And it was literally coming down. And we finally, the end of that next day, made it into the Upper Peninsula of our new home state, Michigan, which they call Pure Michigan. We spent 2 nights in the area of the Upper Peninsula in Mackinac City, because our house wasn't ready for us to get to before we arrived at our new home in Clinton Township. That's where I am right now, Clinton Township, Michigan. And Clinton Township is about 15 miles north of Detroit. Yes. So, and what I notice about the journey is that loving the view isn't just a geographic consciousness. When we can mindfully work on raising our consciousness and live from a higher spiritual connection, when we think about what we want to experience today and live from a higher spiritual connection, we can start to feel the timeless wisdom of the journey and also start to recognize that this particular arrival, wherever it is and whatever's going on in our life, is not the final destination. It's not the final destination of our geographical travels. It's not the final destination of our spiritual evolution. Remember that phrase, this too shall pass? It came to pass. But no matter where we are and what we're doing, we need to stop for a moment and breathe in the view, whatever that view is. And there's snow there, and there's snow here this morning. And Sharon and I talked about this. We were very clearly reminded that it's important that no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we do that. We breathe in the view and make sure that we appreciate the expansiveness of what we're going through and appreciate our own growth and development along the way. Because you know what happens? When we pay attention to our spiritual growth, that leads to more spiritual growth. Okay, just the idea that we're conscious about, Dr. Holmes calls spiritual being aware of the atmosphere of God. So paying attention to our spiritual growth leads to more spiritual growth. Oh, I went back. Let me go forward. And as we look away from everyday appearances of any situation and lift our consciousness out of the material scene, whatever that is, we can begin to see any situation, no matter what it might be, from a place of spiritual truth. I'm reminded of Esther Hicks of Abraham fame. She constantly reminds us that what we focus on grows. Whatever it is that we focus on grows. And so what I've noticed and have been paying attention to and conscious of focusing on lately is that we, meaning all of us, not just my family, we have been on an amazing upward evolutionary journey this year. Think about the last 4 or 5 years and think of how different this year has been. I'm not going to get political, but I think there's been a real upward tick of kindness and love and people being nice to each other this year, this upward evolutionary journey. Emerson likes to remind us that life is a journey, not a destination. Life is a journey, not a destination. And this journey that we're on is rooted in timeless wisdom. And for us to pay attention to that timeless wisdom and pay attention to the journey and take the opportunity to reflect on the journey, not just go through it blindly, not just go through it asleep, but reflect on the journey. And that includes the challenges, the triumphs, the opportunities, the actions, the shifts, the changes, all of the pivotal moments, and to stop and notice the growth that our whole community has experienced while traveling this path this year. If we pay attention to what the universe is shouting at us, we can literally zoom to a higher place of consciousness. The signs are literally everywhere. This is Paul Coelho. He wrote in his 1988 novel, The Alchemist, a story that tells the mystical story of Santiago, the shepherd boy who learns the essential wisdom of listening to our hearts, of recognizing opportunity and learning to read the signs we encounter along life's path, and more importantly, to follow our dreams.
I love that you talk about the language of the omens because the omens or signs are everywhere all the time, everywhere. And so the boy, Santiago, learns to follow the signs.
Yeah. How do you learn? Because you cannot teach.
You can't
can
teach.
only learn.
Yeah.
You understand? I cannot write a book about how to learn, and you only learn this language by making mistakes. As I told you.
And paying attention. Come on.
And paying attention.
By paying attention.
Of course.
You can pay attention and get a lot.
The same thing with the universe. Huh? So the universe is there teaching you the correct signs, and sometimes you take the wrong step, but then it will correct.
So when did you learn the language of the world? And you early on you speak of the shepherd boy recognizing that his sheep didn't have to be awakened all the time, that there was a rhythm, there was an energy, there was a flow to things, and they started responding to that. And he realized that, the hawks in the air, the sheep, that everything around him had its own energy, its own flow, its own language. When did you start to learn that?
I think that when I start paying attention to life.
When you start paying attention to life.
When I understood that life or the universe was not turning around me. I was very young, because when you're a child, you think that only you exist.
Right.
And one day I was by a orange tree, and I had the sensation that I was alive. Do you remember the day that you realized that you were alive?
No, I don't remember that day.
But I remember. So
I wish I did, but okay.
But that day, my God, I am alive. Not only I am alive, but I'm not the center of the universe. And then I realized that I was alive, and there was a lot of things going on outside my childish world. And so I said, I'm going to pay attention to what is going on. And this is how I survived it all.
None of us exist in a vacuum. We're all part of a larger universe, and there's a lot of good in the universe to pay attention to. And we're all connected to each other through this unity that we call life, God, spirit, universe. When you start to pay attention to that, when you start to pay attention to the good, and try to take a moment to appreciate and honor the good that's unfolding, and there's been a lot of good that's unfolded this year, and on this sacred journey, no matter what's going on, in all things, give thanks. I love that. I know it sounds very formal, but in all things, give thanks. Dr. Holmes reminds us that an attitude of gratitude is most salutary, meaning healthful. An attitude of gratitude is most salutary. And I like to remember that gratitude is the lubrication of the engine of our life. Just take a moment to stop and breathe in the good. There is so much good. Regardless of the challenges that we face as a world, notice that when we breathe in the view with gratitude, our perspective of all the events in front of us changes and shift toward appreciating and more. It's just, gratitude changes everything. That attitude of gratitude that Dr. Holmes talks about just changes everything. And it lifts our consciousness even higher, and it gives us an even clearer perspective of the spiritual truth that is always operating. We are on a continuously upward spiral of evolution where we may still face daily challenges, but this Science of Mind teaching is our toolbox. And there's lots of tools in the toolbox. And as we consciously evolve and use those tools, we face those challenges from a continually higher place on the spiral. And when we do stop and breathe on the way, we can view the world from that higher place in consciousness. And the higher that we lift our consciousness, the clearer that we can see the truth of any situation. From the higher state of consciousness of just being aware of the atmosphere of God, we can be in the world, but not of the world. And what that means is that we spend less and less time being under the effect of the world. So our challenges don't last as long or have the same degree of impact that they used to have for us. So I'm going to do a new thing every week, a call to action. So our call to action this week is to look beyond the appearances and seek the spiritual truth of what lies before us. And remind us that God in each of us, as each of us, is each of us. I'm going to continue my tradition of having a backronym, and my backronym for this week is highest. Harmony is grace, healing energy, spiritual transformation. Harmony is grace, healing energy, spiritual transformation. Right. I want to remind you of our affirmation of the week. I lift my eyes to the highest view of life. And I want to remind you that Dr. Holmes teaches us our life is perfect God, perfect human, perfect being. I'm going to bring back Gary Floyd for one more song. My brother, one more song. What's
Doug,
this one
thank
called?
you. This was called Love Be With You. It will be my blessing to you as you move forward with this. And thank you so much for inviting me to join you on your inaugural stream for Motor City Spiritual Center.
Please come back often. Come back often and often and often.
I would love to.
I
I'd
know.
love to.
I love you, brother. And we have a project to do this week.
Yes, we do.
So
I better get busy.
you better.
This is for you, Doug. Love you. Love be with you. Peace enfold you. Spirit lift you. Breathe it in. Truth come through you. May good flow to you. And let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. All together, hand in hand, we see the light, we take a stand, and we are changing. A whole new life for you and me. Take your past and set it free. Share this blessing. Love be with you. Peace enfold you. Spirit lift you. Breathe it in. Truth come through you. May good flow to you. Let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you. Ooh, 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 love be with you. I love you, Doug LeBeau.
I
Thank
love you,
you.
Gary Lynn Floyd. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Are you off to CSL Reno now to do service there?
No, I'm done today, so
All right.
it's all good.
Have a great day and enjoy.
Thank you, Doug.
All right.
Love you.
Thank you. I want to remind everybody that this is lots of work. And if you'd like to support the Motor City Spiritual Center, I have a new Venmo, our conscious giving. Monica says, congratulations, Doug, on amazing Motor City Spiritual Center first stream. Looking forward to many more. Barbara and Gary are here. Great service. Thank you. Don says, you're my first teacher of spiritual science, and I'm grateful to you. Thank you, Reverend Doug. I miss you guys. I miss all of you in person. And if you'd like to support the work I'm doing and my daily Your Mindful Message, which are now switching to not only calls, but video on Facebook every day, you can do that with by contributing to Motor City, one word, Spiritual Center, or just take a picture of the Venmo code that's on the screen right there. And I will be grateful for any and all support. Our giving affirmation is, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And I'm going to start a new tradition here, and I am going to sing my friend Karen Drucker's I'm So Blessed as our giving song. It goes like this. I'm so, excuse me. I'm so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. All right, everybody. You know, my closing song is always my All Is Well. All is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. I know that the infinite indwelling spirit blesses and protects you. I know that Spirit is kind and gracious through you every day. And I know that Spirit shines its light upon you and is your peace. And so it is. Amen. All is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. Life is good, and so it is. Life is good, and so it is. Have a great week, everybody. I love you. Peace and blessings. Namaste.
I can't help it.
That was great, Doug.
I wanna sing. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I am loving every living thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. Whoa, yeah. We're all precious, no one less or more. And we've all got the same treasure in store. That's why